and students, and to everyone who's just now joined us, welcome to the second half of our Shakespeare Festival. Let's give them another round of applause. So we just saw Midsummer Night's Dream. I hope all of you in the front row enjoyed that very much. I know I did. And so now I hope you're ready to turn your best attention to the 7th and 8th graders performing William Shakespeare's The Tempest. So the Midsummer Night's Dream is one of Shakespeare's earlier plays. It's very silly. It's a whole lot of fun. The Tempest is possibly the last play he ever wrote, which makes it interesting to watch because part of the plot of The Tempest is a great magician, someone who made magic his whole life, deciding that maybe he should stop being an amazing magician and go back and fulfill his responsibilities in the city that he came from to his family and his friends and his people. And it's hard not to think about Shakespeare thinking about that, writing it, because Shakespeare wrote this play and then he retired. He moved away from London to go live back with his own family in Stratford. This play, there's a lot of magic. So we've done our best to create a little bit of that stage magic with the resources that we have. It also is a tale of revenge, a tale of adventure, a tale of strange creatures. And it's a lot of fun. And I am excited for you guys to see how much work your classmates have put into it. Because they've been working hard and they've had to wait an extra whole month to share it with you guys. And they're ready. I think you all will be very proud of what they have accomplished in just a short amount of time. So Mrs. Hayden is reminding me to announce we will be recording this in its entirety. So please no pictures, no video, etc. during the performance. We will be sharing that video with you all at the end, or not today, but once we have it edited and put together. But at the end of the performance, our actors will come out. We'll take a group photo of them. Once Mrs. Hayden has taken our official group shot, parents, you're welcome then to dive into the aisle and get your own group picture. And after that, you can visit, take individual pictures with your actors. And then 7/8, once you've got all the pictures and visiting that you want to do, they'll be heading out to get microphones off, and our students will be heading off to lunch. So thank you all for being here. And without further ado, I give you The Tempest.
Bosun! Here, master, what cheer? Good, speak to thy mariners. Fall to yearly, or we run ourselves aground. Be stir, be stir.
Good bosun, have care. Where is the master?
I pray now, keep below.
Where's the master, bosun?
Keep to your cabins, you do assist the storm.
Nay, good, be patient.
When the sea is, hence, what cares these wars to the name of king? To cabin, silence, trouble us not.
I have great comfort in this fellow. Methinks he hath no mark of drowning upon it.
Down with the topmast, yare, lower, lower. Yet again, what do you hear? Shall we give war and sink? Have you a mind to drown?
Pox on your throat, you bawling, blasphemous, incharitable dog.
Work you then.
Hang cur, hang ye whoreson, insolent noisemaker. We are less afraid to be drowned than thou art. Lay her a hold, a hold! We are merely cheated of our lives by drunkards. Mercy on us!
We split, we split!
Hell is empty and all the devils are here.
Farewell, sister! We split, we split, we split!
Let us all sink with the queen.
Now would I give 1,000 furlongs to sea for an acre of barren ground.
So our friend Gonzalo will get his wish. Our crew have just jumped overboard from their ship in a storm at sea. But fortunately, nearby there are a few thousand acres of barren ground, an island, a desert island. And on that desert island, there lives a mighty magician named Prospero, and his daughter, Miranda, as well as some magical spirits. So, how did Prospero get here, and what is he planning to do? We will find out.
If by your art, my dearest father, you have put the wild waters in this roar, allay them. A brave vessel, dashed all to pieces.
Be collected. No more amazement. Tell your piteous heart there's no harm done. The direful spectacle of the wrack, which touched the very virtue of compassion in thee, I have with such provision in mine art, so safely ordered, that there is no perdition, no, not so much perdition as in hair, but to any creature in the vessel which thou heardst cry, which thou sawest sink. Sit down, for thou must now know farther.
You have often begun to tell me what I am, but stopped and left me to a bootless inquisition, concluding, stay, not yet.
The hour is now come. 12 years since, Miranda, 12 years since, thy father was the Duke of Milan and a prince of power.
What foul play had we that we came from thence?
My brother and thy uncle, called Antonio, the government I cast upon him, being myself transported and wrapped with secret studies. Thy false uncle, dost thou attend me?
Sir, most heedfully.
I pray thee, mark me. I, thus neglecting worldly ends, all dedicated to closeness and the bettering of my mind, did beget him of a falsehood. Hence, his ambition growing, dost thou hear?
Your tale, sir, would cure deafness.
My brother needs would be absolute Duke of Milan. Me, poor man, my library was dukedom large enough.
Oh, the heavens!
Now the condition. The Queen of Naples, being an enemy to me inveterate, hearkens to my brother's suit. In brief, they hurried us aboard a bark, bore us some leagues to sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a butt, not rigged, nor tackle, sail, nor mast. The very rats instinctively have quit it.
How came ye ashore?
By providence divine. Some food we had, and some fresh water that a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, out of his charity did give us, along with some rich garments, linens, stuffs, and necessaries, which since have steadied much.
And now I pray you, sir, for still 'tis beating in my mind, your reason for raising this sea storm.
Know thus far forth, by accident most strange, hath mine enemies brought to this shore. Here's these 4 questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. Come away, servant, come. I am ready now. Approach my Ariel, come.
All hail, great master. Grave sir, hail. I come to answer thy best pleasure.
Hast thou, spirit, performed to the point the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article, I boarded the queen's ship. I flamed amazement. Not a soul, but felt the fever of the mad, and played some tricks of desperation. All but mariners plunged in the foaming brine and quit the vessel, then all afire with me. The queen's son, Ferdinand, with hair upstaring, then like reeds, not hair, was the first man that leapt, cried, hell is empty, and all the devils are here.
But are they Ariel safe?
Not a hair perished.
Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed. But there's more work.
Is there more toil? Since thou dost give me pains, let me remember thee what thou hast promised, which is not yet performed me.
Do so, and after 2 days I will discharge thee. Awake, dear heart, awake. Thou hast slept well. Awake.
The strangeness of your story put heaviness in me.
Shake it off. Come, we'll visit Caliban, my slave, who never yields us kind answer.
As wicked dew as my mother brushed with raven's feather from an wholesome fan drop you both. A south was blowing you and blister all year.
For this, be sure tonight thou shalt have cramps. Side stitches that shall pen thy breath up.
Abhorred slave, which any print of goodness wilt not take, being capable of all ill. I pitied thee, took pains to make thee speak, taught thee each hour one thing or other.
You taught me language, and I profit on't, as I know how to curse. The red plague rid you for learning me your language.
Hag seed, hence, fetch us some fuel and be quick.
No, pray thee. I must obey. His art is of such power, it will control my damned god Tempest and make a vassal of him.
Come unto these yellow sands, and then take hands. Full fathom 5 thy father lies, of her bones are coral pain. Those are pearls that were her eyes, nothing of her that doth fade, but doth suffer a sea change, into something rich and strange. Hourly sea nymphs ring her knell, hark, now I hear them, ding-dong bell.
The ditty does remember my drowned mother.
What is't? A spirit?
No, wench. It eats and sleeps, and hath such senses as we have. Such. This gallant which thou seest was in the rack.
I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural I e'er saw so noble.
It goes on, I see, as my soul prompts it. Spirit, fine spirit, I'll free thee within 2 days for this.
Most sure, the goddess on whom these airs attend. My prime request, which I do last pronounce, is, oh, you wonder if you be a maid or no.
No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid.
My language, heavens.
A word, good sir. I fear you have done yourself some wrong. A word.
Why speaks my father so ungently? This is the 3rd man that e'er I saw, the first that e'er I sighed for.
Oh, if your affections be not gone forth, I'll make you queen of Naples.
They are both in either's powers. But this swift business I must uneasy make. Lest too light winning, make the prize light. 1 word more. I charge thee that thou attend me. Thou dost here usurp the name thou owest not, and hast put thyself upon this isle as a spy, to win it from me, the Lord Aunt.
No, as I am a man.
There's nothing ill can dwell in such a temple.
Come, follow. Speak you not for him. He's a traitor.
My spirits, as in a dream, are all bound up. My father's loss, the weakness which I feel, the wrack of all my friends, nor this maid's touch to whom I am subdued, are but light to me. Might I but through my prison once a day behold this maid.
It works. Come on. Thou hast done well, Fenrir. Thou shalt be as free as mountain winds, but then exactly do all points of my command.
To the syllable.
Come, follow. Speak not for him.
So we've learned that Prospero, a lonely magician on this island, used to be the Duke of Milan, until a bunch of folks got the idea that they might rather be the Duke of Milan, like his brother and the Queen of Naples. And so the Queen of Naples' son, Ferdinand, who we just saw, has apparently fallen head over heels in love with Prospero's daughter, Miranda. He thinks that all of his friends are lost, and so he's going to make the best of things, I suppose. But little does he know that his mother and friends have washed up unharmed on another part of the island.
I beseech you, lady, be merry, for you have cause, and so we all, of joy. There's much beyond that of our loss.
Prithee, peace.
She receives comfort like cold porridge.
Here's everything advantageous to life.
True, save means to live, that there's none or little.
How lush and lusty the grass looks. How green.
The ground indeed is tawny, with an eye of green in it.
Our robes are now as fresh as when we first put them on in Africa at the marriage of the queen's fair daughter, Claribel, to the king of Tunis.
You crammed these words into mine ears against the stomach of my sense. Would I had never married my daughter there. For coming thence, my son is lost. And in my rate, she too, who is so far from Italy removed, I never again shall see her.
He may live. I've no doubt he made it to land alive.
No, he's gone. Prithee, peace.
I am very heavy.
Go sleep and hear us.
What, also soon asleep? I wish mine eyes would with themselves shut up my thoughts.
I find they are inclined to do so.
We too, my lady, will guard your person while I take your rest, and watch your safety.
Thank you. Wondrous heavy.
What a strange drowsiness possesses them. They fell together all as by consent. They dropped as by a thunderstroke. What might, worthy Sebastian? Oh, what might? No more. And yet methinks I see it in thy face, what thou shouldest be.
Prithee, say on.
Oh, out of that no hope. What great hope have you? Will you grant with me that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Then tell me, who is the next heir of Naples?
Claribel.
She that is queen of Tunis, she that lives 10 leagues beyond men's life, she that from Naples can have no note unless the sun were post?
What stuff is this? How say you? 'Tis true my sister's daughter's queen of Tunis. So is she heir of Naples, twixt which regions there is some space.
A space whose every cubit seems to cry out, how shall that Claribel measure us back to Naples? Keep in Tunis and let Sebastian wake. Do you understand me?
Methinks I do. I remember you did supplant your brother Prospero.
True. And look how well my garments sit upon me.
Thy case, dear friend, shall be my precedent. As thou gotst Milan, I'll come by Naples. Draw thy sword. One stroke shall free thee from thy tribute which thou payest, and I, the king, shall love thee.
Draw together, and when I rear my hand, you do the same to fallen Gonzalo.
My master, through his art, foresees the danger that you, his friend, are in, and sends me forth, for else his project dies. To keep it living, shake off slumber and beware. Awake, awake.
Now, good angels, preserve the queen.
What? How now? Oh, awake?
Why are you drawn?
What's the matter?
Wherefore this ghastly looking?
Whilst we stood here, securing your repose, even now we heard a hollow burst of bellowing, like bulls, or rather lions. Did it not wake you? It struck my ear most terribly.
I heard nothing.
Sure, it was the roar of a whole herd of lions.
Heard you this, Gonzalo?
Upon my honor, miss, I heard a humming. 'Tis best that we stand on our guard, that we quit this place. Let's draw our weapons.
Lead off this ground, and let's make further search for my poor son.
Heavens keep him from these beasts, for he is sure heir of the island.
So all of Prospero's old enemies and one of his old friends are here trying to find their way on the island. And now that they're here, Prospero's brother decided to take advantage of the queen sleeping to help the queen's brother overthrow her too. So it seems that our friends aren't done with their dastardly deeds, but I'm afraid they aren't the only dangerous and criminal folks loose on the island. Caliban is still here and very angry at Prospero.
All the infections that the sun sucks up from bogs, fens, flats on a prosper ball, and make him by inchmeal a disease. Spirits hear me, and yet a needs must curse.
So he's in the middle of cursing his master when it starts to rain, and he tries to get cover. And then he learns that there actually are other people on the island now. People like Trinculo, who sees this handy-dandy burlap and tries to get cover himself from the rain. Also people like Stefano, the queen's butler. Caliban is confused at first, but then he decides he will offer to help these two men find water and food if they will help him get free from Prospero. And the waterlogged and confused men agree.
Freedom. Haide. Haide. Freedom. Freedom. Haide. Freedom.
O brave monster, lead the way.
This, my mean task, which be as heavy to me as odious, but the mistress which I serve quickens what's dead and makes my labors a pleasure. Oh, she is 10 times more gentle than her father scribed.
Work not so hard. Pray, sit down and rest you. If you'll sit down, I'll bear your logs a while. Pray, give me that. I'll carry it to the pile.
No, precious creature, I'd rather crack my sinews, break my back, than should you such dishonor undergo while I stay lazy by.
Poor worm, thou art infected. This visitation shows it.
What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, my father, I have broke your hest to say so.
Admired Miranda, indeed the top of admiration, worthless dearest to the world. But you, oh you, so perfect and so peerless, are created of every creature's best.
I would not wish any companion in the world but you, nor can imagination form a shape besides yourself to like of. But I prattle something too wildly, and my father's precepts I therein do forget.
I'm in my condition a prince, Miranda. I do think a king, I would not so. Hear my soul speak. For the very instant that I saw you, did my heart fly to your services. And there was eyes to make me slave to it. And for your sake am I this patient logman.
Do you love me?
Beyond all limit of what else in the world, I do love, prize, honor you.
I am a fool to weep at what I am glad of.
Fair encounter of two most rare affections. Heavens rain grace on that which breathes between them.
Wherefore weep you?
At mine unworthiness that dare not offer what I desire to give. I am your wife, if you will marry me, If not, I'll die your maid.
My mistress, dearest, and I thus humble ever.
My husband then?
I, with a heart as willing as a bondage heir of freedom. Here's my hand.
And mine, with my heart in't. And now farewell, till half an hour hence.
1,000,000.
So glad of this as they, I cannot be who are surprised withal. But my rejoicing at nothing can be more. I'll to my book, for yet ere separate time must I perform much business appertaining.
Servant monster, drink to me.
Servant monster, the folly of this island. They say there are but 5 upon this island. We are 3 of them. If the other 2 be brained like us, the state totters.
How does thy honor? Let me lick thy shoe. I'll not serve him. He is not valiant.
Thou liest, most ignorant monster.
Lo, how he mocks me. Wilt thou let him, my lord?
Drinkulo, keep a good tongue in your head.
I thank my noble lord. Wilt thou be pleased to hearken once again to the suit I made to thee? As I told thee before, I am subject to a tyrant, a sorcerer, that by his cunning hath cheated me of this island.
Thou liest.
Thou liest, thou jesting monkey, thou! I do not lie.
Trinculo, if you trouble him any more in his tale, by this hand I will supplant some of your teeth.
Why, I said nothing.
Didst thou not say he lied?
Thou liest.
Do I so? Take thou that. As you like this, give me the lie another time. Stand farther. Come, proceed.
Why, as I told thee, 'tis a custom with him, I the afternoon to sleep. There thou mightest brain him. Remember first to possess his books, for without them he's but a sot, as I am, nor hath not one spirit to command. And the most deeply to consider is the beauty of his daughter.
Is it so brave a lass?
Ay, lord, she'll become thy wife, I warrant, and bring thee forth brave brood.
Monster, I will kill this man. His daughter and I will be king and queen, save our graces, and Trinculo and thyself shall be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo?
Excellent.
Give me thy hand. I'm sorry I beat thee. What is this same?
This is the tune of our catch, played by the picture of nobody.
If thou be'st a man, show thyself in thy likeness.
Be not afeard. This isle is full of noises, sounds of sweet airs that give delight and hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twinkling instruments will hum about mine ears, and sometimes voices, that if I then had baked after long sleep, will make me sleep again. And then, in dreaming, the clouds methought would open, and show riches ready to drop upon me. Then when I waked, I cried to dream again.
The sound is going away. Let us follow it, and after, do our work.
Lead, monster.
So while Caliban is continuing to plot against his master, and while the queen's son Ferdinand was busy moving logs and getting engaged, his mother is still very worried about him and is looking and is beginning to despair of ever finding him. Meanwhile, our friends Sebastian and Antonio are still plotting against the queen and waiting for a moment to seize her crown.
Burlackin'. I can go no farther, my lady. My whole bones ache.
Sit down and rest. Even here I will put off my hope, and keep it no longer my flatterer. He is drowned, whom thus we stray to find. Well, let him go.
I'm right glad she's so out of hope.
The next advantage will we take thoroughly.
Let it be tonight.
What harmony is this? My good friends, hark.
Marvelous, sweet music.
A living drollery. Now I will believe that there are unicorns.
If in Naples, should I report this now, would they believe me?
They vanished strangely.
No matter, since they have left their viands behind, for we have stomachs. Wilt it please you to taste of what is here?
I will stand to and feed, although my last... No matter, since I feel the best is past. Brother, my lord the Duke, stand to, do as we.
You are 3 men of sin, whom destiny, that hath turned him into this lower world, and what is in it, that never suffered at sea, hath caused to belt you up. I have made you mad. You fools, I and my fellows are ministers of fate. Your swords are now too massy for your strength, and will not be uplifted. But remember, for that's my business to you, that you 3 from Milan did supplant good Prospero, exposed unto the sea, which hath requited him and his innocent child, whom the powers delaying, not forgetting, have unceased the seas and shores. Yea, all the creatures against your peace. Thee of thy son, Alana, they have bereft.
Bravely the figure of this harpy hast thou performed, my Ariel. My high charms work, and these mine enemies are now in my power.
If the name is something holy, lady, why standing in this strange stare?
Oh, it is monstrous, monstrous. It did base my trespass. Therefore my son in the ooze is bedded. I will seek him deeper than ever plummet sounded, and with him there lie mudded.
But one fiend at a time. I'll fight their legions o'er.
I'll be thy second.
All 3 of them are desperate.
Prospero is letting his enemies sit for a little bit while he prepares his plans for what he's going to do with them. He sends his spirit Ariel to tell them all of their sins so they can think about that. They can be thinking about the consequences of their actions. And that makes the queen pretty desperate because she's realized that her actions may have brought harm to her own son. But her son is, in fact, safe, and he is not growing desperate. He's quite happy because he's proved himself to Prospero, and Prospero now gives him permission to marry Miranda.
If I have too austerely punished you, your compensation makes amends. Oh, Ferdinand, do not smile at me that I boast of her, for thou shalt find she will outstrip all praise and make it halt behind her.
I do believe it against an oracle.
Fairly spoke. Sit then and talk with her. She is thine own. What, Ariel? My industrious servant Ariel?
What would my potent master? Here I am.
Go bring the rabble, or whom I give thee power, here to this place.
Before you can say come and go, each one tripping on his toe will be here with mop and mow. Do you love me, master? No?
Dearly delicate Ariel. I had forgot that foul conspiracy of the beast Caliban and his confederates against my life. The moment of their plot draws close. Well done. Avoid. No more.
This is strange. Your father's in some passion that works him strongly.
Never, till this day, saw him touched with anger, so distempered.
Sir, I am vexed. Bear with my weakness. My old brain is troubled. Be not disturbed by my infirmity. If you be pleased, retire into my cell, and there repose. A turn or 2 I'll walk to still my beating mind.
We wish your peace.
Come with a thought. I thank thee, Ariel. Come.
Thy thoughts I cleave to. What's thy pleasure?
Spirit, we must prepare to meet with the beast Caliban. Say again, where didst thou leave these varlets?
I left them in the filthy mantled pool beyond your cell.
This was well done, my bird. Thy shape invisible retain thou still.
I go, I go.
I will plague them all, even to roaring.
Pray you, tread softly. We are now near a cell.
Monster, I do smell, at which my nose is at great indignation.
So is mine.
Prithee, my king, be quiet. Cease thou here. This is the mouth of the cell. No noise and enter. Do that good mischief which may make this island thou known forever, and I, thy Caliban, for I thy footlicker.
Hey, mountain, hey!
Silver, there it goes. Silver.
Fury, fury! There, tyrant, there! Hark! Hark!
Hark, they roar.
Let them be hunted soundly. At this hour lies at my mercy all mine enemies. Shortly shall my labors end, and thou shalt have the air at freedom. For a little, follow and do me service.
I drink the air before me, turn, or ere your pulse twice beats.
So Prospero, with the help of Ariel and some of his spirit friends, has thwarted Caliban's plan and chased him off. And now his plans are all coming to a head. What is he going to do when he sees his enemies face to face for the first time in 13 years? Will he exact revenge, or will he offer a hand of mercy?
Now does my project gather to a head. My charms crack not, my spirits obey. How fares the queen and her followers?
Just as you left them, all prisoners, sir. Gonzalo's tears run down his beard like winter's drops from eaves of reeds. Your charm so strongly works them that if you now beheld them, your affections would become tender.
They being penitent, the sole drift of my purpose doth extend not a frown further. Go, release them, Ariel. My charms I'll break, their senses I'll restore, and they shall be themselves.
I'll fetch them, sir.
I have bedimmed the noontide sun, called forth mutinous winds, and twixt the green sea and the azured vault set forth roaring war. But this rough magic I here abjure, and when I have required some heavenly music, which even now I do, to work mine end upon their senses that this airy charm is for, I'll break my staff by certain fathoms in the earth, and deeper than e'er did plummet sound, I'll drown my book. There stand, for you are spell-stopped. Most cruelly didst thou, Alana, use me and my daughter. Thy brother was further in the act. Would he have killed your queen? I do forgive thee, unnatural though thou art. Ariel, fetch me the hat and rapier in my cell. Why, that's my dainty Ariel. I shall miss thee, but yet thou shalt have freedom.
I'll go quickly, and then freedom will be mine.
All torment, trouble, wonder, and amazement inhabits here. Some heavenly power guide us out of this fearful country.
Behold, Lady Queen, the wronged Duke of Milan, Prospero.
Thy pulse beats as of flesh and blood, and since I saw thee, the affliction of my mind immense, with which I fear a madness held me. Thy dukedom I resign, and do entreat thou pardon me my wrongs.
But for you, my brace of lords, were I so minded, I could here pluck her highness frown upon you, and justify you traitors.
The devil speaks in him.
No. And for you, most wicked sir, whom to call brother would even infect my mouth, I do forgive thy rankest fault.
If thou bist Prospero, give us particulars of thy preservation, how thou hast met us here, whom 3 hours since were racked upon this shore, where I have lost. How sharp the point of this remembrance is. My dear son, Ferdinand.
I have lost my daughter. I will requite you with as good a thing, at least to bring forth a word to content you as much as me, my dukedom.
Sweet lord, you play me false.
No, my dear self, I would not for the world.
If this prove a vision of the island, one dear son shall I twice lose.
A most high miracle.
Those who threaten, they are merciful. I have cursed them without cause.
Oh, wonder, how many beauteous creatures are there here? How beauteous mankind is. Oh, brave new world that has such people in't.
'Tis new to thee.
Who is this maid with whom thou wast at play? Is she the goddess that hath severed us and brought us thus together?
Lady, she is mortal, but by immortal providence she is mine. She is daughter to this famous Duke of Milan, and second father this lady makes him to me.
But oh, how oddly will it sound that I must ask my child forgiveness. Give me your hands. Let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart that doth not wish you joy.
Be it so. Amen.
There are yet missing of your company some few odd lads, which you remember not.
Oh, look, sir. Look, sir. Here are more of us. What's the news?
The best news is that we have safely found our queen and company. The ship is yare and tight and as bravely rigged as when we first put out to sea.
Sir, all the service have I done since I went.
This was well done, my bird. Come hither, spirit. Set Caliban and his companions free. Untie the spell. There are some more of your company still missing. Mark but the badges of these men, my lords, then say if they be true. This misshapen knave had plotted with them to take my life. 2 of these fellows you must know and own. This thing of darkness, I acknowledge mine.
I shall be pinched to death.
Is not this Stefano, my butler?
I have been in such a pickle since I last saw you that I fear me will never out of my bones. I shall not fear fly blowing.
Why, how now, Stefano?
Oh, touch me not. I am not Stefano, but a cramp.
Go, Sara, to my cell.
That I will, and I'll be wise hereafter, and seek for grace. What a thrice double ass was I to take this drunkard for a god and worship this dull fool!
Highness, in the morn I'll take you to your ship, and so to Naples, where I have hoped to see the nuptial of these our dear beloved solemnized, and thence retire me to my Milan, where every third thought shall be my grave.
I long to hear the story of your life, which must take the ear strangely.
I'll deliver all, and promise you smooth seas, auspicious gales, and sail so expeditious, it shall catch your royal fleet far off. Ariel chick, that is thy charge. Then, to the elements be free, and fare thou well. Our revels now are ended. These, our actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits and are melted into air, into thin air. And, like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, solemn temples, the great globe itself, yea, all which it inherit, shall dissolve, and like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep.